Wonderful.
Doing well.
All right, well, that's good to hear. Good to hear. We're talking about the annual community Thanksgiving dinners coming up. I can't believe Thanksgiving is only 9 days away. It gets here sooner than you realize. Boy.
Every year it comes quicker.
quicker, and I just have to say the community is stepping up to a point you cannot believe. I mean, the donations from the vendors to just their citizens is over the top. I mean, it's probably increased, we think, about 20% at least.
Wow.
An increase.
Nice.
I know, it's wonderful. We went from when we first came in doing this, where we had to buy a certain amount of commodities and what have you, and now we're not buying anything almost.
Wow, that is fantastic news. Now, this is going to happen in 9 days on the Thursday, the 23rd of November, which is Thanksgiving this year. Pretty much all are invited to share in this Thanksgiving meal. Fill us in, Janice, on some of the details. When, where, what are we looking at here?
It's at the Eppson Center, and it's on Thanksgiving Day, which is Thursday the 23rd. We usually get people starting to line up at 10:30.
Okay.
But we start serving from 11 to 1, and then we also have meals being delivered, and they go out the door about 10:30.
About 10:30, yes.
By 10:30, and we usually do about 100 of those.
Okay.
And then we also can do meals to go if you want to come in. And we changed it when we took it over 4 years ago. We changed it from a buffet style to you come in, we'll find you a table, and then we'll serve you.
Okay, so you're going to be seated and then have dinner come to you, basically.
Yes.
All right. So again, this is at the Eppson Center, 1560 North 3rd Street here in Laramie, coming up next Thursday. This is for everybody, correct?
Yes.
That's correct. And you'd be amazed how many people we see in there that we see throughout the community. It just isn't older people. We have families. We have, on occasions, people that are traveling on the highway come in and come over. Janet, you tell them about the hotels, what you've done?
Yeah, we try and get these brochures out to all the hotels.
Okay.
And so they might have someone that has no place to go, or they'll come and get a meal and take it back to their family. So, yes.
And it sounds like almost kind of a great community interaction at the same time as you guys have both kind of alluded to.
Yeah, you're the volunteer coordinator. Kind of tell them about that.
Oh, yeah, it's great because, and what I like about being the volunteer coordinator, usually by Thanksgiving my hard work is done. Phil and Chris are in the kitchen and cooking and getting the meals ready, but to get to interact with everybody, and we've got wonderful volunteers. I get to just go from table to table and talk to them, and you know, a lot of community people come and help us. I bet we have 50 volunteers.
Oh, we have at least that. And something that's new this year that's wonderful is at the new high school in town, they have a culinary facility.
Right.
The coordinator for the culinary facility has agreed to cook the bulk of our turkeys for us this year, which is something we've either had to do at home, in our home, or somewhere else in the community. And that's at least 20 plus turkeys.
Wow.
And we'll receive those as a wonderful donation from the Toyota dealership, the Toyota dealership here in town, and that goes to the curling that occurs Sunday night prior to Thanksgiving, and I'll be picking them up that day and then delivering them the next morning to the high school. And they'll cook them for us, and that's such a relief off of our shoulders. And then we start carving those turkeys on Tuesday and Wednesday, and we have a wonderful core of people come in that help us do it. I have to really give praise to Grant Shoiger. He comes in and he was, I don't know if he was a butcher or what he was in his earlier life, but he comes in and he debones all the turkeys.
Wow.
And then we have an assembly line beyond Grant, and we're cutting them into portions and then putting them in the serving pans and everything. And it's over time, and that's something we should talk about. Over time, it's become easier for us. And you mentioned how long we've been doing this.
It does. This is our 4th year, although the community dinner's been going. This is the 20th annual.
Okay.
Being held at the Eppson Center. But it does. Chris and I were talking the other day. It just feels like we're missing something, but everything comes together so quickly. Even the people like the Hilton Gardens, they give us 3 cooked turkeys, and they're asking what more can we do.
Nice.
So it's not us reaching out. They usually know what time of year we get going, and they're saying what more can we do.
Yeah, and all the vendors in town, like the Big Hollow and the restaurant. There's too many to list, so I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings by not mentioning everyone. But it's just become they come to us. And that's what's wonderful. You know, in the past, we've put together letters and say, hey, can you support us? Now is a case of we know what's coming up. What can we do for you? There's one restaurant in town that we're really good friends with. He's come up to us and he says, "Hey, I want to do more. I want to do more." And it's just wonderful, and it's so rewarding. And that's a big part of it, is how rewarding it is, and the looks on the faces of the families and that are in there, and people that may not have someone to be with too. That's the big one, because there's a lot of older people in the community that we know personally, and it's so nice. Because no matter how big your house is at home, it's nothing like the Eppson Center. We can't invite everybody in to come visit with us, and this is one of the ways we can kind of see everybody.
Well, awesome. Again, the 20th Annual Community Thanksgiving Dinner. Phil Pridmore and Janice Sexton in town with me. Now, I know you mentioned the home-delivered meals. Do we need to arrange something with you if that needs to happen?
Well, the Eppson Center is working so wonderfully with us. I'm working with Chris, who does the home delivery. And although it's not one of their regular meals that they will deliver to their regular clients, you can get a hold of the Eppson Center or myself. And my phone number is 307-399-1269. And just tell me how many meals you want. And I'll coordinate with Chris. She does all the routes for us. We've got volunteer drivers. And so that's all. Thankfully for them, we're able to do that as well.
Well, and we pointed out several times on this program, it doesn't matter what the topic seems to be. I love the way this community rallies around each other, and you two see that firsthand with this.
Oh, it's wonderful, and again, I can't thank the community and the merchants and what have you throughout the town, and it's just wonderful, and I certainly appreciate it, and we're very grateful. And hope for our success like we've had in every year. That's another thing. We've grown from the first couple of years that we did this, not much more than 100 or so people. We served over 400 people last year.
Wow.
I know, it was pretty amazing. And I was getting a little nervous. I'd go out, we were cooking in the kitchen, and I'd go outside and I'd look in the parking lot just to see, well, I wonder how much more food we need to put out. And the parking lot would not go empty. It was full all day.
I gotcha. All right, so take advantage of this. If no matter what's going on, maybe you don't have a place to go for Thanksgiving, or maybe it's just kind of tough times. Unfortunately, we've seen people in this community experience some tough times. Take advantage of this. It is free and open to all members of the community, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Eppson Center next Thursday. Any other information we need to get out there, Phil, Janice?
I would like to say, too, it is free, totally free, and if you want to give a donation, it would be accepted. In the past, we've been able to send on money to Coats for Kids or Interfaith or some of the
other communities. We try to keep a nest egg, if you will, for emergency purchases, and we keep from year to year. And once we achieve that, anything we have in surplus, we'll pass on to some sort of organization within the community that supports the community. So they're giving what they do give to us. It goes right back into the community if we have the extra money, and we have since we've done this.
And even leftover, I don't want to say the scraps, but the leftovers, the soup kitchen comes in.
Yeah, we'll give it
nice,
and they're able to take what they need, or the Eppson Center will utilize it.
Okay, well, so it's all going towards a great cause. If somebody does want to donate, contact the Eppson Center, contact you guys.
Well, the day of the event, they can certainly contact us, but the day of the event, we just have like a little jar at the door, and if you want to throw something in that jar, so be it. But it's not we don't emphasize anything like that. It's just sitting there. If someone sees it and they're willing to throw some money in, that's wonderful. And but we don't expect it.
And we've had people the day of the event just show up with pies and desserts.
Yes.
They're all welcome.
Yes.
Okay.
They're all welcome.
All right, the community rallying again for the 20th Annual Community Thanksgiving Dinner at the Eppson Center, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and the Eppson Center, 1560 North 3rd Street. Phil, Janice, thanks so much for coming in and talking about this.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.